Hey you guys. Sorry, I just wanted to take a quick sip of water before we get started. So welcome to day 7 of the Chill Power Challenge. I can't believe Thanksgiving's just a couple days away. I hope that you're staying consistent with your self-care. And I picked Sunday evening to do this myofascial release self-massage because it's such a great way to unwind. And it's a perfect time to sort of prepare for the week to come. So what you need tonight is a foam roller. And we're going to do just a little bit with these myofascial release balls at the end. If you don't have a foam roller or the myofascial release balls, this segment isn't really going to be something that you can participate in. But I just wanted to mention that that there's other tools that you can use, like for example this, it's called a stick. You can roll out muscles with this too. My friend who just ran a marathon borrowed this and took it on the road with her. Hi Gabby. And so I just wanted to mention that there's lots of different ways that you can do these self-massage techniques. Again, the myofascial release balls are incredible because the consistency of them I just prefer, but you can certainly use tennis balls, or you can use lacrosse balls. But lacrosse balls are a little too hard and tennis balls are a little bit too soft. So again, if you're just joining, you need a foam roller and you need your either tennis balls, lacrosse balls, or myofascial release balls. Okay, so you can start, I'm just going to scooch a little bit forward here. You can start with your legs crossed and your foam roller out in front of you. We're just going to take a nice deep breath in. Fill up your lungs, and as you exhale, you're just going to roll your foam roller out in front of you so you can get a stretch through your hips and through your back. And take 3 breaths there, just rolling the roller as far away from you as you can. Relaxing your hips, relaxing your shoulders. Again, we're just winding down from the weekend and preparing for the week ahead. So let's take 2 more deep breaths in and out through the nose as you just roll that roller as far away from you as you comfortably can. And each time you exhale, just soften a little bit more through your hips, through your low back, and through your shoulders. And then go ahead and roll the roller back towards you. All you're going to do is recross your legs. So just shift your weight, put the other foot out in front or on top, depending on how open your hips are. And don't judge that, just let your hips be where they are. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and roll out again. So some of you might have already done yoga this morning. I posted that segment from the summertime this morning, and maybe you already did a 10 to 15 minute practice this morning, and that's awesome. But then this is not going to be really yoga, this is self-massage. It's a great complement to yoga, but it's technically not yoga. So take 1 more deep breath in and out through your nose, and as you exhale, see if you can roll the roller just a little bit further away from you, and see if you can relax your shoulders more and relax your hips more. And then go ahead and roll all the way back. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take about 10 minutes and roll out the body. Okay, so we're going to start, I'm going to turn to the side here. The roller's going to be out behind you, just like this. And your feet, and if you have socks on and you're on a slippery floor like I am, you're probably going to want to take your socks off. Otherwise, you should be fine. So the roller is going to be around the bottom of your spine. You can have your hands behind your head so that you're going to give your neck a little bit of support. You're going to lift your hips up, and then you're just going to roll on your back. So you can roll on the lumbar curve of your back, your low back. And if you tilt a little bit with your knees to the right, you feel that a little bit more, and then to the left, you're going on either side of your spine, so you'll feel that a little bit more intensely probably as you do that. Now, as you roll through your low back, just notice the areas that are tight for you. Okay, notice what you can feel, what you can sense. Sometimes just 2 minutes of this rolling can make a huge difference if your back is really tightening up. Okay, so from there, we're going to do more upper middle thoracic spine, so you can lift your elbows kind of up to the ceiling, lift your hips a little bit higher, and then roll right between your shoulder blades. And that gets the area of tension right behind your shoulder blades that typically carries quite a bit of tension and some knots, the valley of knots right between your shoulder blades. Okay, so just roll on that, notice how that feels. And then just take the next 30 seconds to just roll around a little bit more on the areas that are particularly tight for you. So if it's more low back, more upper back, just seek out those areas of tightness. So when we do this foam rolling, it's very much a seek and destroy. It's very much, you're not trying to avoid the areas that are sore, you're trying to work into those areas. Okay, so just take another maybe 10 seconds to roll forward and back. And then go ahead and release and sit up. Okay, so now we're going to do your hips, and we're going to work into your hamstrings. So sit up on the top of your roller and bring your hands out in front of you. So all you're going to do is cross your right ankle over your left knee and then drop your knee over to the side. You're going to take your left hand and put it on your right knee, and then you're going to roll around your right hip socket, which for me is super intense. And this is definitely a hurt so good sensation. If you're not used to foam rolling, you might be like, ow, that hurts a little bit. But it definitely is an acquired taste, you know, kind of like Korean smoothies. But it's worth it. The circulation, you know, and how expensive is it to have a massage every week? Like, that's kind of really expensive. So this is something that you can do on your own. Obviously, a foam roller is what, 15, 20 bucks? Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. So put that right foot down, cross your left ankle over, bring your right hand to your left knee, and tilt towards your left hip, and then roll around on that side. So typically, I would recommend about a minute on each body part, and you can always take more time. And this is a great thing that you can do while you're watching football or any TV show, because, you know, it's fine. Certain things are fine to multitask with. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to hamstrings. So as we move through all these body parts, just notice the ones that you're feeling the most. You're gonna have the foam roller right on your hamstrings. You're gonna roll forward and back. Now, if you're not feeling that a lot, I'm gonna give you a couple variations. You can take your legs out wide, turn your toes in and out, so you're hitting the different heads of the hamstring. Okay, see how that feels? And you can also add more weight by taking your right foot and crossing it over your left shin. That gives it a little bit more weight. You're gonna feel that a little bit more. I think that feels better for me. It's a little bit of a core workout, a little bit of a shoulder and arm workout too. Go ahead and switch sides. So take your left foot, put it over your right shin, and then do that. Again, you're just putting more weight then. This is so good for your circulation. So if your hamstrings are really tight, and again, if you're feeling some knots as you're doing this, you are on the right track. Like, this is definitely something you should add to your repertoire. And it increases flexibility, and it improves circulation and recovery. All right, so from here, we're gonna do calves. We're just working down the leg. So the legs are gonna go all the way out straight. Same thing with hamstrings. You can roll forward and back on both. Again, you've gotta work your upper body. So if you don't wanna slump down with your shoulders. Yes, I just said schlump, but you want to keep your chest lifted. If you want more sensation, you cross that foot over the other shin so that you feel it more, right? And remember, you have this whole calf area, so you can spin the toes around and through, and then go ahead and switch sides. Now, if your calves are not really sensitive, and this is feeling like, I don't really need this so much, go back to another body part, go back to the hamstrings. Go back to your back, just roll on that. You know, I just want you to experience a little bit of all these different muscle groups. Okay, go ahead and release down. Now this is gonna take probably a little bit more than 10 minutes, just because it takes a little bit longer to get around the body. But I figure it's Sunday night, so we probably have a little bit more time. It's not Monday morning. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna keep it to 10 minutes. Okay, so we did the whole back line of the body, the whole back line. Now we're gonna work on the side, and then through the quads. So you need to turn to the side. Now listen, I'm just gonna tell you right now, this is probably gonna be painful for you. It's your IT band, and it's typically pretty tight on most people, especially if you're a runner. Okay, so just hear me out, it's worth it, and you can do this. If you can run a marathon, you can do this, okay? So it's right below your hip, and you're gonna roll towards the outside of your knee, all the way down towards your hip. So think seam of your pants or your jeans, that's where you're trying to hit IT band. If it is too excruciating for you, push more through this front foot. So this front foot crossing front, push more through that and push more through your forearm. Okay, get that circulation going. And we're gonna get the quads next, so you can think about that a little bit. Happy thoughts. So IT band can get really tight, and this blood flow, increase of blood flow can help with your circulation and recovery, like I said earlier. Okay, just about 30 seconds, so we're almost done. Let's do one more swipe, forward and back. Okay, on to quads, so you can roll to your stomach. And the foam roller is just below the hip bones and pubic bone. So your forearms on the floor, you're gonna roll to your knees, towards right above your kneecap, and then back towards your hips. So pull forward, keep your core pulled in and up, and roll back. Now, just like the hamstrings, we're going to give you a couple variations. You can try with bent knees, see how that feels, because that kind of opens up the quad a little bit more, so try it with bent knees. And then you can also try like a wide straddle and a stir. So your legs are going to go out nice and wide, and you're going to turn your toes in and out. As you roll forward and back, you're going to turn your toes in and out, because that's going to hit those different heads of your quad. Okay, so experiment with that. And again, you can go back to the bent knee if that feels good for you, or the straight legs. Okay, let's do one more forward and back. How are you guys doing? Okay, it makes you sweat a little bit more than some other things. Okay, we're going to do IT band on the other side. So you can just flip to the other side. Okay, put the opposite foot out in front of you, and then just drag forward and back. Maybe just stay where you are. I just want to turn because I don't want to have my back to you. But again, if you're feeling it too much, you push more through this front foot. And by the way, I forgot to mention, if you're not feeling it enough, which is probably not the case for most of you, straighten both legs. That puts a lot of weight on both, and that will definitely make the sensation much more intense. Now, I don't want to forget to tell you, you know how when you go to a massage therapist and they tell you to drink a lot of water after you get your massage? Same with this. Okay, one more forward and back. And you can go ahead and sit up, come off the roller. Now just for a second, come back to that sitting position that we started in. And just notice the flow of blood in your legs, in your back, you know, all through your body. Now, we did that for about 10 minutes, and that circulation is what you're looking for, okay? It really, really can make a huge difference. So what we're gonna do next is grab your little myofascial release balls. Again, tennis balls are fine, lacrosse balls are fine. We're gonna just do 2 areas today. So there is a full hour class that I could teach you, but we're just focusing on a few little things so you can get the idea. And I can post a couple other segments from my YouTube channel that you can work on too. Go ahead and stand up and just listen to my voice and watch my foot. So what you're gonna do is take the ball and put it right underneath your foot. And you're gonna start with it right underneath like the ball of your foot and just push your weight into the ball and off of the ball. And move the ball a little bit around as you shift your weight in and out. Okay? And then shift your weight all the way into the opposite foot that doesn't have the ball under it, and just really light, move that ball under your foot as quick as you can. And if the ball pops out, it's no big deal. Just grab it and put it back under your foot, keep working it. Again, you're trying to just get circulation in your foot. Your feet have so many nerve endings in it, and they are so ignored. You know, for those of you who are athletes, marathon runners, gosh, how important are your feet? And once something goes wrong with your foot, it just goes up your body to your knee, into your hip, into your back. So you've got to take care of your feet. And this is so inexpensive and so easy to do. Okay, so slow that down and just step that foot on the floor. And again, just notice the energy in that foot as compared to the one that you didn't do, right? Okay, let's do it on the other side. So put the
ball underneath your foot, just shift your weight into the ball and off of the ball. And just move the ball around a little bit, find a new spot. You want to do at least 1 minute per foot, but you can do 10 minutes per foot if you have the time. Again, I'm just exposing you a little bit to this tonight because I want you to be able to take care of your body a little bit better, all the self-care theme that we're working on this week. Okay, so shift into the foot that doesn't have a ball under it, and really light, just roll it around real quick. Again, you're just looking for blood flow. Get that foot moving really quick. Work on grounding and balancing on that other foot. And release. Good job. Both feet down. Again, just notice the energy in your feet. Yes? Okay, last thing we're going to do is, and what I didn't want to forget to tell you, if you do tend to get knots, like I totally get knots right behind my shoulder blade, which trigger migraines for me, I am addicted to Deep Blue. It is amazing for athletes too. Just such a wonderful way to improve circulation as well. So these two things combined, the Deep Blue and the rolling, amazing. Okay? So last thing we're going to do is we're going to work these spots right behind the shoulder blade, and then I'm going to let you go at that point, and you can continue to play around with massaging your low back with the balls. So you're going to go ahead and lie down on your back, and you can have your knees bent and your feet flat, and take one ball in each hand and just reach the balls up to the ceiling. And then this takes a little bit of finagling, so just be patient and playful with it. You're going to lean to the side a little bit, take the ball that's in your left hand, put it behind your right shoulder, and use your right fingertips to scooch that ball as far back as you can so it's right behind your right shoulder blade. And then lean into it a little bit, and you'll know if you're at the right place, right? You feel that? Take the ball that's in your right hand, do the same thing. So tuck it behind your left shoulder blade. Use your fingertips to kind of scooch it in right behind your shoulder blade, right? Got it? Now here's the fun part. You're just gonna wiggle around a little bit so your arms can kind of move around. Nobody's watching, so you can just be silly with it and move. Close your eyes actually, and just move around, like look for the knots. You might be really surprised, like holy crap, I didn't even know I had a knot right there. So play around with it a little bit. There's no right or wrong, but it should not be painful for you. You should definitely have a sensation of, oh, there's a spot I need to work on, like right there for me, but it shouldn't be painful. If you happen to feel a real sensitive trigger point spot, like a spot that's really sore, or maybe it radiates to another part of your body, like for me, right behind my right shoulder, goes pretty much to my right eyeball, believe it or not. Like when I'm on that spot, I know that's a migraine trigger for me. And so be aware of it, be gentle, don't be too aggressive. We don't want to like dig into the tissue so much that we're causing more inflammation. That's no good. Just be gentle, be, practice that TLC for yourself. All right, so keep rolling around on there. Keep experimenting. Feel free to move it around a little bit more. And listen, it's your Sunday evening, so keep playing with all of this. You can go back to the foam roller and roll your back a little bit more. You can keep playing with these myofascial release balls and just keep finding trigger points. And also just be aware that this is a great time to stretch. So right after you foam roll or release with the myofascial release balls, it's an incredible time to stretch because you created all that circulation and you've opened your body and prepared it for stretching. In fact, that's why I filmed a DVD that's foam roll and stretch. It's foam rolling and stretching, foam rolling and stretching, back and forth, those intervals. So that's an amazing thing to practice too. So just play around with it. Like I said, there's no right or wrong. As long as it feels good, the rule is, if it feels good, you're doing it right? Okay, so that's the segment for tonight. Thank you so much for joining. And that's day 7 in a wrap. We have tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. If you can join me live, we'll be doing sun salutations and a little core work, and then Tuesday and Wednesday segments as well. So, and if you want to do a segment on Thursday, you can send me a note on our group and let me know what times work for you for Thursday morning. And we can do a Thanksgiving Day class if there's enough of you that want to participate. Okay, have an awesome night. Don't forget to drink your water. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Have a great night.